Hey, this is Joycey.
And Blake.
And welcome to Savagely Scaled.
Welcome to episode 5, where we will take a look at some of the tools, accessories, and apparel that you should be eyeing as a new CrossFitter. We will review some of the top CrossFit brands, as well as our personal favorites. In
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right. This is episode 5. That's right. All right. Before we jump on in, let's go with our word of the day, which is EMOM, or EMOM, which stands for every minute on the minute. So this popular workout style in CrossFit requires you to perform a specific exercise at the start of every minute for as many minutes as the workout lasts. I personally, this is one of my favorite types of workouts. I think it's very well used in the CrossFit community. And personally, it's one of my tops.
Because I didn't see you this week at our last EMOM.
Oh, we did it yesterday. What are you talking about?
Oh, we did that kind of EMOM. There's all kinds where
don't call me
you
out.
do a minute of work, but we did that EMOM with 2 minutes of work, 1
That's
minute
right.
of rest.
I gotta love that
Yeah.
rest.
Which, I mean, can flow into Tabata.
I do like Tabata too.
Yeah.
Anyways, total tangent. But to start off this topic, we want to focus on apparel. You know, like what kind of clothes is geared toward the CrossFit athlete. Although I do have to admit that I get most of my apparel at my local Ross. But, you know, just shout
Ross,
out.
hit her up.
Right?
Because
For
she's there
real.
all the time.
And every time I wear an outfit, I was like, oh my God, where'd you get it? And I'm like, Ross, man, Ross. But anyways, if you are looking for apparel that's more geared toward, you know, the CrossFit sport, definitely look for something that is comfortable. I myself love, for example, pockets, so that is a total must for me. But we definitely want to look at other things like materials, colors, design, and at the end of the day, just own personal preferences. As a sport that involves a lot of cardio, strength, and gymnastic skills, you definitely want to get something that's comfortable, flexible, supportive, and cute.
That's very true. So going into the brands, I'm going to start off with a few.
Yeah.
So the first one that I really enjoy is Vital Apparel. Why I enjoy this brand is because they give back to mental health awareness. So it was actually founded by 2 friends.
That's right.
And one of them was going through a lot of depression, a lot of mental heartaches and things like that. And they decided to devise an apparel that can also outreach to brain and behavior research. So every time you buy, a percentage goes to that foundation, which I really love. Not only that, it helps to change that stigma around mental health.
That's right.
And puts it into an apparel brand. This apparel is for women and men.
Mm-hmm.
I love that they have different kind of colors. They have different kind of prints. They've done the cheetah print. They've also done marbling. They have
Like tie-dye.
Yeah, tie-dye. And they have different kind of bras and things like that. They have different sort
So
of
cute.
materials. They have like the buttery one.
Oh.
They have more stretch. They are
High-rise.
high-waisted.
Yeah.
They do have shorts that are a little bit lower than the high-waisted.
But a good variety. Good solid variety.
And I love the short inseam because sometimes the short shorts are not good for me for running because I
Yep.
have very thick thighs.
So slide on up.
Yep. And they have pockets and no pockets.
That's right.
So you can really go through and see what you want. Also, the price range is from $35 to $60 depending on what you're looking at. They also have tons of sales, tons of promo codes, which we'll leave that in our show notes, a code for you if you want to try them out.
So worth it.
And it's just one that I really enjoy. I do have a lot of them
Same.
because I just love how they feel. And I've had my first pair since for 2 years. I have taken care of them. I learned 2 years ago the number one thing is not to dry your leggings.
How did I not know this? How?
So I hang dry them. I was told by a very special friend that she would no longer buy me a certain pair of
Oh.
workout clothes for my birthday if I was drying them. So I
Wow.
stopped, and actually it does work. It doesn't have the beading from the dryer, so they do last a little bit longer. So
What have I been doing all my life?
the next one that I do also have is Fleo. Fleo was founded in 2013 with the goal of creating colorful, feel-good products with longevity in mind. It is a women's apparel brand. So sorry, guys, this one's not for you. Popular for its variety in colors, styles, and comfort. Prices are more on $75 range for the leggings. So it's a little bit up there, but you are getting longer longevity with these clothes.
They do last a long time.
Yeah. And so I have 2 pairs of pants, a pair of shorts. I also have a crop top.
So jealous.
I do want more stuff because I love the colors. Now with Fleo, and this is what I have heard from members of not only our gyms, from other gyms that I've talked about, because I'm one of those, hey, I like what you're wearing. What brand is it? What do you like of it? Do you really like wearing it? And how long have you had it? And with these, they have different types. So I have the heathered pants, and I've heard the heathered compared to the plain colored compared to the pattern are sometimes different sizes. And this is where I am very into my own like cocoon, where I just want everything the same size.
Yes.
I don't like to buy things and then figure out and it doesn't fit me.
That's fair.
So I will say with Vital, every different kind of pants and bra, I'm a medium.
Consistency is
yes.
the same.
And I like that consistency, that I know that I'm going to fit into that, compared to, oh, well, it's a small. Now, if I lost a lot of weight, I'm okay with being a small. Or if I gained some, I know that there's something there. But I'm very into that consistent, I am a medium. And I've heard with Fleo, it changes. All right. My only thing with that is I'm not good at returning things.
Same here. I'm just not a fan.
And if you are good at returning things, just don't even listen to don't even listen to what I'm saying. Still try it out, because they are buttery soft.
Yes.
They feel so good, and the colors and the pattern. I have found that Fleo is very high up there with their colors and patterns. And if you are a girl who likes to wear the pinks and all matching, I am a very gradient. So that means I like all different kinds of blues because I'm in the blue family, or I like fall colors altogether, or spring colors altogether. I'm not very matchy.
Me, on the other hand, am very matchy. And on that note,
go into yours.
Right, I'm gonna dig deep on other very top brands that we do have here, also for apparel. One of them being a Noble, which was founded in 2015 and was the official CrossFit Games sponsor from 2021 to 2023. Now, for me personally, Nobles have been definitely one of the top leggings for me, just because, like Blake said, they feel buttery soft. The only downside with the leggings for me is that they don't have pockets, which again are a big essential for me. Like, I need me some pockets, but given that, they are very soft, I could always rock them any day, and I do appreciate that. They are on the pricier end, though, at about like $99 a legging, but they are geared towards being durable and very functional across a wide range of movements. And it's definitely one of the most recognized brands in CrossFit, I would say.
Yeah, and I think they give a percentage out to like healthcare workers and educators and things like that. So really look into these brands, and they do all mostly have sales.
That's true, yeah.
But again, $99 is a big chunk
that is
you are investing.
That is true. It is true. But definitely a brand to look into if interested in more CrossFit geared apparel. Another one that's also very up there is Born Primitive, which is a veteran-owned and operated company that was founded in 2014. It started as a weightlifting-based brand and expanded to create other products that are also geared towards durability and functionality across a range of movements. Now, these leggings are more around the $65 to $78 range, but I have noticed that this brand in particular also gives some part benefit to veterans as well. And also, I just love how they have sets of clothing. Like, it's always like a cute bra or a top with a legging or a short. And they're just so comfortable, easy to wash. My set has lasted me over 2 years. So honestly, very top. And they're always offering discounts, sales all the time.
Yeah, and they also have jeans.
That's right.
So,
I forget about that.
Yeah. I only have one sports bra from Born Primitive. And this is when I bought it in 2015. And I still wear it till this day. And I have bought their shorts from them.
I have tried those on.
Yes.
So
and love them.
They're really
love
good.
them for my legs and my waist, because a lot of things is I have big thighs and my waist is not as big as my thighs put together. So sometimes I have to buy bigger shorts and my waistband doesn't fit.
I'm loving the realness, Blake. Loving the realness.
So I do have those and I will vouch for those.
Fair.
And absolutely love them. Again, they do have sales.
Yep.
And they are on the pricier side if you want to invest in clothing and things like that. So that's totally up to you. Do you have any other preferences of brands?
Honestly, I think Noble's the one that I use the most likely, and Vital Apparel. I would say those are my top 2 brands in terms of the most items that I have sitting in my closet.
Okay.
I think, like you said, Vital is just behind because of the message it has, like working on mental health and the stigma there. I think that being able to pretty much purchase from a company that dedicates itself towards that is a beautiful thing. But like you said, their clothes is also super cute. Yep. And it's super comfortable, has the high waist fit, which again, to me, I appreciate a high-waisted pant that doesn't roll down.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a big thing. When I first joined CrossFit, was like all my pants were rolling from the belly section, and it was kind of like, this is the worst.
You have to keep pulling them up. You
Yep.
do a burpee, pulling them up. And it's sometimes irritating to do that. Now, first starting, if you have to roll them up, then that was like my cue to get a drink of water. So it can give you some hydration.
Right.
So I have like the same preference. I really enjoy Vital and Fleo and Born Primitive and Noble.
So
But
all of them.
yeah, all of them that we have right now. There's so many more. But when I first started working out, I too went to Ross and Target.
Yes.
But then I started seeing that like my pants were starting to not be squat proof and starting to thin. So then I asked around my gym at that time, and they were telling me about this company called Constantly Varied Gear, or CVG, and it's a really nice company, and their prices are a little bit lower. They range from like $30 to $60, and they have
pretty
cute
good.
sets. Like their bras will match the same pattern as the leggings or the shorts. They do have like loungewear too.
Oh, I love
I
that.
saw that they were also getting into like fleece lined leggings for when it's really cold out.
Ooh.
And I haven't tried those yet, and I would love to. They also offer, their own blog, weekly workout library, and so much more. And they were founded in 2014. What gets me is their motto or mantra, which is they want to leave the world a better place than how they found it, which
It's beautiful.
I love how brands are like that and what they're giving back to. I also follow them on Instagram. They have all kinds of cute little videos,
I need to get on that.
and the size range is impeccable. I think it's like extra small to like 3XL or 2XL.
Ooh.
It's very body appreciative, which is amazing.
Yeah.
My thing is, after like 6 months or more of washing, it started to give. But again, back then I was drying my clothes, and as I found
didn't know
out,
better.
yeah, I still wear my leggings now around for cleaning, still around to go places and things like that, because they did not shear, they did not thin. So I do appreciate that. But there's also so many more places or things that I want to try. There's LSKD, there's Jekyll and Hyde apparel, there's Savage Barbell apparel, which, by the way, guys, if you ever wanted to team up, Savage Barbell apparel.
Right? Shout out your girls over here.
Hey.
Anybody, really.
Yeah.
Noble, Vital, Fleo.
Let us know what we
Holla at your
need to
girls.
do.
We will do it.
Yes. And there's so much more. The biggest thing is finding your comfortability with your price and how these apparel make you feel, because it's another investment.
Yep.
On top of your health and wellness, the gym's an investment, and so is your apparel.
Yeah.
So be happy with what you're buying. Footwear is a very important tool in CrossFit. We have shoes geared toward CrossFit skills like rope climbing, box jumping, as well as shoes geared toward weightlifting, known as lifters. For lifters, these shoes are different. They're used for weightlifting only and are not needed for your first few months or to a year of CrossFit. Lifters range around price range of $200 to $250 for a good pair.
That's right.
However, before even considering lifters, you want to ensure you have a solid, supportive, comfortable, versatile shoe. Again, it also ranges on your personal comfort and preference. And speaking of brands,
Yeah.
what is yours?
Let's do it.
What is yours?
Right? What's mine?
Where's
Where's my favorite? Okay, well, let's get into this, guys. As you know, I am personally a big fan of Noble, so I have to speak to them again. I would say Noble is definitely one of the top brands for footwear since being the game's previous sponsor. They have things ranging from training shoes, running shoes, shoes designed for golfing, lifters, and even slides, or AKA like sandals. My favorite and most versatile brand for shoes for me is Noble, although I did not start having Nobles when I first did CrossFit. I had my basic, Nikes. But once I started the sport of CrossFit, this was probably the biggest brand I saw at the gym being used. And honestly, it is a very sturdy material. I feel like it's long lasting. I still have my very first pair of Nobles with me, along with another 4 or 3 pairs in a variety of beautiful colors. I would say one of the biggest things that Noble has is just the amazing designs, the colors, the variety, and all of that. And one of the biggest ones are the pluses, which I would say personally are my favorite shoe that Noble has to offer. But, I would say it just has so much individuality in it. And that makes it one of the biggest brands, I think. Because personally, for me, fashion is a big part of my life. So I like a nice little shoe that looks really cute and matches my outfits. Yes, I am a matcher.
And I'm very what color would go with everything
Yeah.
or with nothing.
That's so funny that you mentioned that because I have a pair of Nobles that are like a teal green color and I don't wear them often because I can't match them with anything.
And I would
but
wear
they're
that.
so cute.
I would wear that with everything.
But they're so cute. You know what? I'm going to rock them next week. I'm going to pop them out.
I know. I was like, I haven't seen those in a while because you've been wearing the white camo
I keep them so clean. They're like my fancy shoe that I never wear for anything but special CrossFit events. You have that one shoe?
Yep.
But anyway, one of my favorite brands for sure. But another brand that's also very recognized in the sport of CrossFit is Reebok.
My favorite.
There you go. Which has a pretty long-standing history before CrossFit. It started back in 1958. It was geared toward running shoes first and primarily, but in 2011, it started developing CrossFit geared apparel and shoes as it became the official sponsor of the games back in 2011 through 2020. So that's a good solid 9 years. And speaking of 9 years, you can imagine how developed the Reebok CrossFit shoe became after those 9 years. I would say Reebok Nanos are one of the most popular amongst CrossFitters, as well as the legacy lifter shoes. Personally, I have 2 pairs of Reeboks because when I first joined CrossFit, Reebok was the main brand, so everyone was talking about it. I liked the comfort and the lightness of the shoe. However, I must admit they did not have a lot of variety when it came to colors and things like that. But they do have very strong, basic design shoes. Like if you're going with a classic black and white, you will find it at Reebok. And they're also just very versatile, I would say. I could use it as a running shoe. I've been able to use it as a general CrossFit box gym kind of thing. I wouldn't say it's my favorite brand, but it's definitely a safe, go-to, reliable, trusting brand that you can definitely lean on.
100%. I think Reebok, and then the next one would be Nike.
That
was very big when I started in 2013 and up. It was Reebok and Nike. And Nike was the largest supplier of shoes. They started in 1964, and they were mostly known for track and field. Fun fact, the word Nike stands for the Greek goddess.
That is pretty cool.
So going into those, what kind of shoe for Nike is Metcons. You hear a lot of things about Metcons.
Yes.
And those started in 2015, the production of Metcons. Also with Reebok and Noble and the next one that we'll go into, they also have lifters.
That's right.
But I personally have the Reebok legacy lifters and have always used lifters.
Those too.
But the next brand that I want to try is Tier.
Me
and
too.
that's TYR, which I thought that's what you said when you saw them was, hey, those are TYRs.
That's how I thought the brand was. I did not know it was Tier.
Yeah.
So I apologize, Tier.
I was at the gym and somebody looked at me sideways and was like, do you not know what that stands for? And I was like, it's TYRs. And I was like, back in the 90s when you would have that?
Swimming,
yeah.
I remember that.
And
clearly.
so I was like, Tier? Why is it called tier?
It makes sense. Water, tears,
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I don't think that's the reason, but
Yeah.
it makes sense to me. I see it.
If
I
you're
see
a tier person out there, please let us know
Please
why.
educate us. We're obviously very ignorant.
Founded in 1985 as a swimwear brand, it began creating CrossFit shoes and apparel since last year.
Ooh.
Again, I've yet to purchase it.
Same.
But I have heard nothing but amazing things about the brand.
Dying to have a pair because I've seen some lifters and they're the
absolutely
prettiest
amazing
things I've ever seen.
Also, their regular shoes too.
I haven't checked them out, but they look
amazing. And we have a couple of coaches who have them and a couple members
raving about it.
And again, like I am one of those. I ask around, do you like them? My next question after do you like them? Do they feel like Metcons or Nanos? Because I'm a Reebok person. So it's usually, do they feel like a Metcon or a Nano? Or do they feel like Reeboks or Nike?
Oh, that's a good way to gauge.
Because I feel like Noble is in between. And when I have my Noble shoes on, I feel like it's in between a Nano and a Metcon, which is in between a Reebok and a Nike.
In other words, that's why they're the best.
Oh, yeah. So I've heard that tier is kind of in between too with the toe box and everything.
Intriguing.
Because I'm a very nano person. And nanos were by numbers. And I would be like, what number do you have? And I was like, oh, I have 4s.
Well, question for you there. Like, what shoe would you say is better for like a wider foot person?
I would say
I've heard that a lot.
Nanos.
Okay.
Nanos or tier. I've heard tier toe box is nice. They're not too roomy, but to me, Metcons and Nikes are more on the narrow side.
Oh.
And I felt like the Nobles, the first trainers, were flat and kind of narrowish.
Okay, good to know.
That's why I asked, and I did my homework, and that's why I have the Noble Trainer Pluses.
Yes, I love those.
Because I heard nothing but amazingness with those.
They're great.
My thing with anything, you try new things for 3 months. You always ask 3 people. You always, when you eat food, you try 3 bites. I'm always into, have to ask around. So with all of the brands, I've asked around. I've said, what are your pros and cons? And then I always say, like, is it a Reebok or is it a Nike? Because I'm Reebok. And I feel like Reebok and Nikes are the iPhone and Android of CrossFit.
I love that distinction.
You go up to somebody who's in Metcons and be like, do you like Reeboks? They're going to be like, no. And a lot of people who are Nanos, they're like, you like Metcons? And they're like, no. And absolutely adore my gym owner. One of our coach's appreciation gift was a set of Metcons.
Really?
And I was like,
I want to be a coach.
It was our gym colors. It was our gym colors.
That's cool.
Yeah, I wear them to coaching and things like that. They're just too heavy for me. And my feet don't feel comfortable in the toe box.
I don't like heavy.
Yeah. So like working out wise, it's just not, I don't feel comfortable in them. Which was not his fault at all. I was absolutely so happy that he bought us shoes. That is still awesome. I can coach in these. I can walk in these. I can go to Disneyland in these.
Let's just rock them,
you know? If you are going into CrossFit, be mindful of what you're picking. When I first was in CrossFit, even though I just trashed on Metcons, I wore Nike runners. Because I love Nike runners.
I do.
They're a very light shoe.
So
but
light.
I have transitioned to Noble runners.
I haven't tried those yet.
I really like them. They're like the Runner Pluses. I feel like their Plus brands are a lot more conducive, and they listened to the feedback of all their shoes.
So you gotta love it.
Noble, man. But I've also been in the sport we learned many years. So I look at my workouts and I see what the workout is, and I bring that shoe.
Same.
Some people bring a whole bag and they bring all their shoes. If you are first CrossFitting, pick out a shoe, whether it's a Noble Trainer, a Reebok Nano, a Tier, or a Nike Metcon. And just stick with that one shoe for that 6 months or a year.
Feel it out.
Also, the biggest thing I tell all of our new members, we have an outlet in Vegas. We have a Reebok outlet and a Nike outlet. Go try them on.
Yes.
Because half the time you have to order it. And as you guys learned, I don't like to return things. Neither does Joycey.
Nope.
You do not want $100 plus shoes sitting in your closet.
Yeah.
And
It's
that's
an
your
investment.
and that's your excuse for not going to CrossFit.
Oh, no.
No. Go find an outlet for them. That way you can not have to buy the new and updated brand at 100 plus. The last time Reebok had a sale, I bought like 2 pairs of shoes and it was like 75
what size
bucks
are
for
you?
2. You're too big for my feet.
Girl, that's what I was going to say.
7.
I never find any my size.
I'm 7.
I always go there and I'm like, there's no size 9.
Yeah.
Where are the Bigfoot girls at?
She's a size 9.
Yeah, that's why I'm a good swimmer. Tier,
With
I'm
those
calling out to
flippers.
you.
But yeah, that's what I did. I went to the outlet.
Flippers, how dare you?
Oh, jeez.
I was like, wait. It took me a second, but I got it.
How dare you?
Hey, I wasn't swimming all right 4 years.
You did run. You can run faster than
That's
me.
right. That's
with
right.
my little
At
chicklet feet.
5'2", baby. 5'2" with my big
Size
feet.
9.
You know what they say.
About big feet with a nice lady.
That's right.
She's a good time.
I like my foot ribs. Anyways.
Anyway, going on. So stick with one brand for at least 6 months and then venture out.
They're all very solid brands. I
Oh,
would
yeah.
say. They're all very good shoes. But at the end of the day, you just need to find what works for you.
Yep.
You know, what's
With
gonna be most-
everything.
100%.
And if you guys who are joining or whatnot, if you have a favorite brand, please send it
Yes,
to us.
please do.
Even if we've talked about it or not, let us know what to try because I haven't tried everything that all these companies offer. So please let us know what you like and what we should try.
Yeah, and brands, if you want to send out some samples,
We're
some
not
promo codes for some of
Yeah.
our listeners, we're here for you.
Yeah, come on.
No
come,
complaints here.
Come on down.
To Ice, Arizona. All right, so for our last segment of this episode, we just want to talk a little bit about box gear or your own gym gear. So if your gym is like ours, they will have super cute personalized gear with your own CrossFit gym's name. I myself have over 15 shirts, tanks, sweaters, a mix of a lot of things from my own personal box, and they are all super cool. So get yourself some gear, support your gym, and represent. I get asked about my box all the time when I'm traveling and rocking my shirts, and even get an occasional head nod from a fellow CrossFitter when traveling out of town. So it's a great community, and I love being a part of it. And if I can show and support my gym while rocking a cute tank top, I am all in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
And now on to Blake.
time. So the news is something that we are adding, and this episode's news is about Tom Brady and No Bull, since we're talking about apparel.
That's right.
And since No Bull is no longer with the CrossFit Games and GoRuck is,
That's right.
which I'm very excited to see what GoRuck is going to be.
Take my money.
Yeah. What are they going to be bringing to the athletes and to the fans? Because I know they're very trail, running on the trail, things like that.
They're gonna start getting into CrossFit now that they're the sponsor.
I know.
So.
I want to see what they're gonna
come up with. Same here.
and be excited because I'm excited when each brand comes up with something.
Yes.
And what are you bringing? Because I also know they'll probably bring more to the games and events.
Oh yeah, and that's something to look out for too. Is when you're watching the games, all the athletes are pretty much rocking out the apparel for the official sponsor. So you get to see oh, that's cute. Let me go to the website and purchase it. So.
Going back to No Bull is merging with Tom Brady and his brand. Well, I guess what they're doing is they're moving to more of a mainstream sport. This did come after an announcement of layoffs and the CEO changing of hands. So I know Mike Repole is going to be the majority of the stockholder, and Tom is going to become number 2 in the shareholder. They're going to be more they want to be there for coaching and inspiring, and then creating this brand to become a complete wellness company. So not only sneakers, apparel, brands, they want to go into nutrition and things like that. My thing is, I want to know if it's going to stick with some of the things or be more commercialized. Because that's the thing. If you start to see it everywhere, are we really sticking with wellness and quality? And is it going to be seen more on, the NFL teams or sports teams? Or are we going to see it now more in kids and their sports? I want to see what they're really doing with it.
Man, you're making me nervous. Maybe I should go buy some 5 pairs of Nobles.
Oh, you don't know. Is the price going to change?
We have no idea.
You know,
I mean, exciting for Tom Brady, right? But
very exciting for them, and I really, really do hope that it is like that wellness company that they're
stay
looking
true
at.
to-
Yeah, and really looking into the balance of it and wanting to inspire the,
athletic community.
yeah,
pretty much.
100%. Like, so I'm gonna stick with the thing and see what's
Yeah.
gonna happen. So, but that's it for the news. Ding, 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 ding.
All right. In summary, no matter the brand, you need to find what products work best for you. This will come with time, so do not rush and purchase all of those Nobles all at once. The longer you do CrossFit classes, the more you will learn what tools will be most useful for you and your practice. So if you are ever curious, ask a coach or a fellow CrossFitter to lend you an opinion on an item you are considering. But all in all, we hope this episode helped offer some guidance on the availability of various tools in the sport and maybe expand your current wish list too.
If you have any questions about this thing called CrossFit, please let us know. Again, we don't claim to be the elites. I mean, come on, only in our minds. Or claim to know all. These are just our standards, views, and what we think about this sport. If you feel this is your swig of pre-workout,
Boop.
please subscribe, follow, and leave a review. Big thank you to my co-hosts. This episode was written by Joycey and myself, edited also by us, and a shout out to you guys for listening. Thank you so much. Our music is from SoundCloud and Upbeat Neozoic. Findings and other content is from games.crossfit.com, vitalapparel.com, Wikipedia, noble.com, tier.com, bornprimitive.com. And until we meet at the whiteboard again. Bye.
Later, Gators.